Tatooine, anyone? Speaking of Star Wars. Look at all of the detail on these figures. Super cool. All right, y'all. Howdy and welcome back to Camp Shack Productions. As you can see, today I am back in the Utah desert. Woo! I'm out here with a buddy, and we are actually headed to the Great Gallery. So we are on a 30-mile dirt road on our way to Horseshoe Canyon to start into the Great Gallery. And just so you know, National Park Service, I am filming this video for my freedom of speech. So I'm gonna go in there and show my freedom of speech by filming. So don't come after me. All right, we'll check in with you guys when we get to the parking lot. Sweet desert back behind me, huh? Look at that. Sand dunes. All right, let's get after it. All right, y'all. So back behind me, you can see the parking lot for Horseshoe Canyon. We're gonna start down. According to my All Trails map, this says that it is about 7 miles round trip, about 1,000 vertical feet. And just so you guys know, no pets allowed. So I'll share anything that's amazing on the way down with y'all. All right. These canyons are just so dope. All right, guys, about a mile down the trail, you'll run into the gate that says, "Don't touch the rock art. Not even once, please." Yeah, so you have this little cattle gate thing that you gotta weave your way through. Hopefully not tearing your backpack. And then technically you're now in the national park. So, and apparently right at the bottom of this trail, there's some rock art. So hopefully we'll find it here soon. That beehive looking rock right there. Man, you just can't translate how big these walls are on a camera. Like, how many feet do you think that is? All right, y'all. So once you make it down to the bottom from the ridge that you came down, you actually want to go this direction down canyon, or technically it would be up canyon, but you want to turn right and head up canyon to get to your first panel. So that way. All right, y'all. There's our first piece of rock art. I'd say that's what, 30 feet off the ground, Jeff?
Yeah, it's way up there.
So this canyon is pretty epic. And then right on that wall, way up there, some ancient alien shit, y'all. Don't worry, we're gonna get to some really good ancient alien stuff here soon. Not bad. Right up there. Really epic. Super pretty down here. Check out these nice big row of cottonwood trees. Nice. Guys, we made it to our second panel. This one's very sun exposed. Sorry, everybody. Look at this guy with his basket body, and then the snake dude next to him. And there's a couple more back that way a little bit. These are probably 15 feet, 10, 15 feet off the ground. They look really good, especially being in the sun as much as they are. All right, isn't that amazing? Hi everybody, Editor Jared here. I'm sorry, we're about halfway through this video and I have to stop for just a second and describe and explain an interaction that we had with a volunteer National Park Ranger by the name of Jim Young at this point. So we had just gotten done seeing the horseshoe panel. So we were about halfway through our hike. We were at about the, 1.5 to 2 mile until we get to the Great Gallery, which is the whole reason we were down there. And as we were walking up the wash, we ran into volunteer ranger Jim Young. And I want to be very clear, he was a volunteer National Park Ranger. And when he approached us, he kind of came off with this smugness. He kind of looked us up and down. I was very friendly. How you doing? I hope you're having a great afternoon. I try to be smiley, bubbly most of the time. I find it gets people to just kind of chill out a little bit, right? But he immediately looked at us and said, well, it's about 4:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30, guys. You're going to barely make it to the alcove. You're never going to make it to the Great Gallery because we generally close this canyon down at about 6:30. And I mean, he kind of had that like, hey, I basically am telling you that this place is going to close at 6:30, which is definitely not the case in Horseshoe Canyon. This is a section of national park. A lot of places in national parks do not close. A lot of the gates you can drive through at night. You can hike a lot of the hikes, and you can see a lot of things at night in national park. It's a great place where you can take star photography, things like that. So if you wanted to, you could go down to the Great Gallery in the middle of the night and try to get some photos, try to see it. It's completely up to you when you go into this. There are no set hours of when the trail is open or closed. But volunteer Ranger Young wanted to let us know that he needed us to be out of there before dark because it's not safe. And he didn't really say it in a way of, hey, guys, it gets dark down here really fast. I hope you have a headlight. If you don't, I'd recommend being out before the sun sets. You just don't want to get lost coming out of this canyon, which there are definitely some places in Canyonlands in the Maze District in Horseshoe Canyon where you could easily get turned around. But this trail is pretty well marked. You can see it the entire time you walk, and you're basically just in a wash. For people like myself and my buddy that we were with, we've spent a lot of time backpacking, night hiking, desert backpacking, canyoneering. We have the skill set we need to be able to get in and out safely. And I know that park rangers don't always know that, but they always assume that you don't know anything, and they treat a lot of people that way. Not all of you, but several. And Ranger Young, if you're watching this, volunteer Ranger Young, if you're watching this, do better. We talked to a group behind us that apparently you kind of gave the same rap to. You're not in charge of that canyon. Yes, you are helping preserve it, but you don't set the rules. The National Park Service does. You help us follow those rules. And you can catch a lot more flies with honey than vinegar, if you know what I mean, Volunteer Ranger Young. You could be a lot nicer to people. I think you were probably camped in the BLM area right at the trailhead there, which, bonus tip, if you're looking for a place to camp before you go into Horseshoe Canyon, or you do want to do it at night, right around the main trailhead is BLM land. And you can there's a pitted toilet there, and you can camp in a lot of really nice spots right around that area. And I'm pretty sure Volunteer Ranger Young had an actual camper set up there and was probably spending the weekend. It was over the eclipse time. So I'm betting he thought he was on guard or on patrol. And again, he wasn't a law enforcement ranger. He was somebody that's out there that should be able to answer questions, share history with you, give you a pleasant experience, and help you enjoy someplace that you might not know a lot about. But again, he kind of implied ownership over the canyon, and I'm just tired of it. Recently, I've run into so many park employees that kind of have this attitude of, you need to do what I say when I say it. And I'm sorry, but it's just not always like that. Yes, we need to follow the rules. Yes, we need to be good stewards of the land. But again, get off our back. Don't be like this. Be a nice guy. Be friendly. Help people. Answer questions. Don't act like this. All right. Sorry. We're halfway through the hike. We're about ready to get to the alcove gallery and then to the grand gallery. So enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry for the rant. Rant over. All right. Back to it. Oh, hey, if you think that I'm overreacting, please leave a comment down below. If you think I'm right on, leave a comment. I'm really curious to see where people fall in this kind of stuff with national parks employees, especially volunteer rangers. All right, back to the video. Super cool, y'all. Look at that thing. Some sort of definite alien. Bunch of really neat panel right here. Get those antennae. Sweet. All right, y'all. We made it to the Great Gallery. As you can see, it's right behind me. The hike down here with all of the side trips and everything we did was actually 4.5 miles. So we have another 4.5 out, and this place is just epically beautiful. I mean, there is so much cool art here, and it is not a hard hike. I would call this middle of the road, moderate, not bad at all, but definitely worth checking out the Great Gallery for sure. All right, y'all. Here we are at the Great Gallery. This is the Holy Ghost. There's some really cool figures. And this is an absolutely massive wall. Look at all of the detail on these figures. Super cool. So cool. So much art and history. Definitely worth the walk. Exceptional detail. So cool. Now that you've seen the galleries, you know what it's all about. Again, I would highly recommend that you get down here. This is a super, super cool canyon with some really great artwork. So I highly recommend you get down here. We have to get out of here before dark, so I'm gonna put the camera away. We're gonna end the video right here at the Great Gallery. Y'all, I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is a super cool place, and again, I can't recommend getting down here enough. If you enjoyed this video, please go down, hit the like button. If you're feeling super generous, subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Again, tell me aliens didn't visit. Ancient aliens are real, y'all. Look at normal people, giant beings. Super dope. All right, y'all. Right there is the water tank. This is the main trail, and right off the main trail is a big circle, and inside of that circle, you got your dino print. So you don't need to go wandering down into the bushes. It's right on the trail. You can't miss it unless you're told to look to the left of the water tank.